Hi everyone, welcome to Orientation Day 3. Today's schedule is full of information for international students, followed up by a fun paint night later on tonight. I hope so far you've learned a few things, maybe had a little bit of fun, and maybe even taken the time to like our Facebook and Instagram pages. Up first, we have a fun presentation and a nice welcome from the International Student Services Office. Check it out.
Welcome to College of the North Atlantic, and welcome to Newfoundland and Labrador. We are delighted to have you here at our campuses and in our province. The International Office will be here to support you on your journey as you pursue your educational dreams. Newfoundland and Labrador is Canada's most easterly province. And to give you an idea of where we are located in the ocean, we are 3 hours by airplane from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and we are 4.5 hours from London, England. The island of Newfoundland is surrounded completely by water, and thus we are much connected to the ocean. The mainland portion is called Labrador, and it's attached to the province of Quebec. We have approximately 500,000 people with a large Indigenous and First Nations people, mostly located in Labrador and various locations throughout the island of Newfoundland. Who are we? College of the North Atlantic is Newfoundland and Labrador's only public college system. We have 17 campuses province-wide. It's part of our mandate to provide equal access education to all Newfoundlanders and Labradorians. As a province and as a college, we value international students. We feel you bring diversity into our campuses, into the learning environment, as well as into our communities. At College of the North Atlantic, you will be able to pursue your education and receive a certificate and or a diploma. We welcome you to our province.
Hi, and welcome to the International Business Development Office. Our office recruits students from around the globe and coordinates with agents. Our job is to make your college transition a smooth and welcoming one. We coordinate your arrival to the province and provide you with your isolation plans. During your isolation, our team will contact you regularly to see how you're doing and to answer any questions you may have. When your studies begin, we will connect you with your campus student development officer. Our team: Elizabeth Vincent is our Director of International. Natasha Hillier is the International Student Development Officer. Maria Cole is Administrative Support. Iris Yang is our Administrative Officer with our China project. And Chanda Jordan is our International Student Admissions. Chanda is not located at our Topsail Road location. However, she is located at our Prince Philip Drive campus in the Student Services Office. Elizabeth Vincent, the Director of International. She develops international partnerships. She oversees the recruitment of international students. She initiates and manages international contracts in countries of focus around the world, collaborates closely with international and local stakeholders, and leads our International Business Development Office in developing and implementing strategic marketing plans. However, she is the last point of contact when you have questions about your studies or study permits. Natasha Hillier is our International Student Development Officer. She recruits international students. She organizes orientation and self-isolation plans. She coordinates student enrollment and arrival plans between agents and the registrar's office. She connects students with student support services on each campus, and she is currently studying to become a regulated international student immigration advisor. Maria Cole, which is myself, I am the administrative support. I assist students in contacting Director of International Business Development and International Student Development Officer. I work with the International Student Development Office to coordinate students' arrival plans. And I can answer your student questions if you have any. And Iris Yang is our admission officer with the China Project. She coordinates joint ventures between CNA and Chinese institutions. She provides support to international students, especially students from Southeast Asia, and she is bilingual with English, Mandarin, and Cantonese Chinese speaking. So she can help you with any of your Chinese questions regarding our projects or regarding your studies here at the college. Our international student coordinator is Chanda Jordan. She is located at our Student Services Office at the Prince Philip Drive campus. She processes international student applications. She collects required documentation for admission. She reviews, assesses, and accepts or denies. She sends out status letters on applications and is able to answer questions regarding your application status, waitlist status, insurance information, and general international student inquiries.
Good day. Just as Maria explained the services that the International Office can provide to you, I'm now going to take you through some campus supports that can help you on your educational journey. On each campus, you'll find a Student Development Officer. These Student Development Officers are able to help you with general information, provide housing lists for on and off-campus housing. They are able to discuss employment options in your various 17 communities, and they are able to answer questions about your courses and help be a go-between person between yourself and your instructors. Also on each campus are counselors. These counselors are able to provide career counseling for when you graduate your studies or during your studies if you're needing work on or off campus. They are able to provide personal counseling, provide academic counseling. For example, if you're having trouble writing a test, feel stressed out and need some study tips, and they are also able to connect you with the peer tutoring program. Each campus also has a library. Given that COVID-19 has seized our work online now, library services have also gone online. This means that you can access books, magazines, videos through online catalogs and databases. The library services are also able to provide virtual research and reference services. You can order curbside delivery of materials from the library to be dropped off at your house, and you can arrange the pickup of these materials through the library services. Lastly, the library services can also help you write a resume and cover letter to help in your job search here in Canada. Accessibility services are able to provide supports to ensure success in your studies. You may have identified that you need accessibility services on your application. However, if you did not identify this at the beginning of your academic journey, you can do this at any time throughout your studies. It is important that you reach out and that you ask for help because we're here to help you and we want to ensure your success in your classes. Peer tutoring program is a program that's here to help you get academic support. If you are a star pupil and you do very well in your classes, you may be recommended by your instructors to be a tutor in this program. These tutoring sessions will occur online and you'll be able to book the sessions well in advance. It is important that if you cannot attend these sessions, you cancel your appointment ahead of time so another student can avail of this time slot. Course delivery. This year, as you know, courses will be both online and on campus. Your instructors will provide a course schedule to you, and this will detail which parts of your courses will be online and which ones you'll have to attend each individual campus for. Your instructors will either be using D2L or Microsoft Teams this year as a method of instructing their courses. Frequently asked questions. As you know, many international students have lots of questions. You're coming to a new place to live, and that comes with a lot of questions. So, on our CNA website, we have developed a frequently asked questions section. Here, this will serve as a resource for Updates from Immigrants, Refugees and Citizenship Canada, also referred to as IRCC. It'll prove to be a link for online information sessions from the Office of Immigration and Multiculturalism. There will be a PDF uploaded with information on pathways to immigration, as well as live links to informative videos on Guardian insurance. This is just some of the topics covered on the frequently asked questions for international students. And remember, if you have any more questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to our teams. We're here to help you.
As Natasha mentioned, there is a frequently asked questions and answers section for international students on the college website. I would like to talk about more study and work permit in Canada. As an international student, you can study and work in Canada. Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada, IRCC, is the department of the Government of Canada with responsibility for matters dealing with immigration to Canada, refugees, and Canadian citizenship. As an international student, you need a study permit to study in Canada. The study permit is document IRCC issues that allows you to study in Canada. Your study permit is your most important immigration document other than your passport. You should apply to extend your study permit at least 30 days before your current permit expires. We recommend you apply more than 30 days before it expires. For more information about the study permit, please visit the link showing on the screen. Visa. Visa is not a study permit. A visa is an official document from IRCC that is stick in your passport. It indicates that you meet the requirements needed to enter Canada. You must make sure that your study permit is valid before returning to or enter into Canada. For more information about visa, please visit IRCC website. You also can find processing time on the website as well. For working in Canada as an international student, if you are a full-time post-secondary student, have a valid study permit, have a social insurance number, you can work on your school campus without a work permit. Please visit IRCC website for all the information on who can and cannot work on campus. You can work off campus as well. Your study permit will list if you are allowed to work off campus. If your study permit listed you can work off campus, you are permitted to work up to 20 hours per week off campus during regular school semesters. There are no necessary conditions for working on campus and off campus. Please visit the government website for more information. All the information about visa, permits, postgraduate work permit, and permanent resident are available on the website of IRCC. You can apply online, pay your fees, and check your application status through IRCC online application system. You do not need to hire an immigration representative to help you with your immigration application. If you are using representatives and consultants, lawyers, immigration consultants, and the other representatives give immigration advice and help to immigration applications, normally for a fee. Congratulations on the exciting next step in your education journey. The International Business Development Team of College of the North Atlantic to be here to help you succeed. Have a wonderful year.
What an awesome welcome from our International Student Services office. I know at this point many of you have had the chance to get to know some of the girls in that office. And please remember that they are there to support you no matter what you need. Up next, we have a fun presentation on the pathways to permanent residency in Newfoundland and Labrador. We hope that after you study here, you want to stay.
Hello everyone, my name is Ying Zhang. I am the retention coordinator of Atlantic Canada Study and Stay NL program in St. John's area. Today we're going to talk about pathways to permanent residence in Newfoundland and Labrador for international students. As an international student, after your graduation, if you plan to work in Canada, you need to apply for a post-graduation work permit. The eligibility requirements of the post-graduation work permit are as follows. First of all, you need to graduate from a post-graduation work permit eligible designated learning institution. The list of these institutions are on the website of Immigration, Refugee, and Citizenship Canada website. The post-graduation work permit is once a lifetime offer, which means if you have obtained and got your post-graduation work permit, you won't be able to apply for a second one after your other studies. Your programs should be at least 8 months in length. You need to maintain full-time status in Canada during your programs. And after your graduation, you have 180 days to apply for your post-graduation work permit. One of the conditions is within the 180 days, you hold or held a study permit. The required supporting documents for your post-graduation work permit include the certificate or official document that confirms you have completed your program, or official transcript from a Quebec school board or recognized private school. Also, you need to provide an official letter from the school that confirms the length of your study program in hours or months and the program code. More detailed information about how to apply for your post-graduation work permit is listed over here. You can apply for the post-graduation work permit online or by paper. The website provided on this slide gives you detailed information about how to apply. After you have obtained a post-graduation work permit, you can start considering which of the provincial programs suit you better. Some of the immigration programs include International Graduate Category, International Graduate Entrepreneur Category, International Entrepreneur Category, Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program, AIPP, the Startup Visa, Express Entry Skilled Worker, and Skilled Worker Category. We're going to explain most of these in detail. Many international students take this category. The eligibility requirements for this category is that you need to complete at least half of your studies in Canada. You need to graduate from an eligible publicly funded Canadian college or university. You need to complete a minimum of a 2-year diploma or degree program while studying on a full-time basis. 1-year post-graduation degree programs and certificate programs which require a previous degree of diploma which may have been obtained abroad are also eligible. You need to have a full-time job offer. The job or job offer should be at least 2 years with the possibility of extension from an eligible Newfoundland and Labrador employer. Pay should be in the form of a salary and benefits package that meets provincial employment standards and prevailing wage rates. Contractual or locum positions, which is short-term positions usually less than 12 months in duration, with little or no possibility of extension, are not eligible for the NLPMP this category. You need to be between 21 to 59 years old. You need to have the qualifications, training, skills, and/or accreditation required for the job. And you also need to have a valid post-graduation work permit, which is at least 6 months remaining prior to the expiry date. Other eligibility requirements for the international graduate category include your intention and ability to settle permanently in Newfoundland and Labrador. You have sufficient settlement funds and financial resources to successfully establish yourself and any dependents in Newfoundland and Labrador. You have sufficient English or French language capability to perform the employment duties. And ideally, you're working in the field of study. Applicants to international graduate category should hold either a full-time, indeterminate position related to the field of study or hold a position that is commensurate with their skills, experience, or training. Applicants are permitted to hold a position that is unrelated to their field of study, provided that the applicant is a graduate of Memorial University or College of the North Atlantic, and that the applicant's position requires a post-secondary degree or diploma. The position corresponds to National Occupational Classification, which is NOC level O, A, B, or C, and the position can reasonably be expected to lead to career advancement for the applicant. Or the position is in a field in which the applicant has a recent, which is in the last 5 years, combination of skill, experience, and/or training according to the NOC description as defined by Employment and Social Development Canada. Also, the position should be a full-time and indeterminate and responds to a perceived labor market need in Newfoundland and Labrador. The applicant's employer must also adhere to the requirements of Newfoundland and Labrador Provincial Nominee Program, including being established and operating in Newfoundland and Labrador for at least 2 years, and adhering to all applicable labor laws and regulations in Newfoundland and Labrador. More details about this category can be found in the link provided on this slide. Another pathway to immigrate to Newfoundland and Labrador is the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program, AIPP for short. Employers can hire international students through one of the 3 programs in the AIPP program, which is Atlantic International Graduate Program, Atlantic High Skilled Program, and Atlantic Intermediate Skilled Program. The details of the 3 programs are listed on this slide. The details of the AIPP program is also listed over here. If you are a recent graduate, you may want to consider the Atlantic International Graduate Program through the AIPP program. The eligibility requirements for this program is that you have lived 16 months in 2 years before getting your degree, diploma, or credential in Newfoundland and Labrador. This program doesn't need any work experience, but you need to have a 2-year degree, diploma, certificate, or trade or apprenticeship credential from a recognized publicly funded institution in Atlantic Province, in this case, Newfoundland and Labrador. You must have been a full-time student for the entire duration of your studies. You graduate from the institution in the 24 months before making your permanent resident application. Also, you have had the visa or permit needed for work, study, or train. Another requirement is that you need to take the language test to show you can communicate in English or French. Normally for AIPP, the language proficiency test requires a Canadian language benchmark level 4 or higher. Also, you need to show that you have enough money to support yourself and your family in Canada. If you are not a recent graduate and therefore are not eligible for the Atlantic International Graduate Program through AIPP, you may want to consider the Atlantic High Skilled Program. This program does require your past work experience, which is, in the last 3 years, you must have worked at least 1,560 hours. This is how many hours you would have worked in a year if you were working 30 hours per week. The work experience must have been at NOC skill level O, A, or B. To calculate your hours, you can count the hours worked in both part-time and full-time jobs. The hours must be in one occupation, but they can be with different employers. You must have been paid for these hours. That means volunteering or unpaid internship don't count. You cannot count the hours where you were self-employed. And also, these working hours can be inside or outside of Canada. As for the education, you're required to have a Canadian secondary, which is high school or post-secondary certificate, diploma, or degree. Or you can have a foreign degree, diploma, or certificate equal to a Canadian credential. In that case, you will need to have an Education Credential Assessment, ECA for short, from a recognized organization to show that your credential is valid and equal to a Canadian credential. If you already have an ECA report, it must be less than 5 years old when you have applied for your permanent residence. To apply for this category, you also need to take a language test in English or French. The Atlantic High Skill Program requires a CLB level 4 or higher. Again, you also need to provide proof of funds to support yourself and your family. If the type of job you're doing doesn't qualify you for the Atlantic High Skill Program, you may want to see if you're eligible for the Atlantic Intermediate Skilled Program through AIPP. Similar to the International High Skilled Program, you also need to have work experience in order to be eligible for the Intermediate Skilled Program, which is you need to have worked 1,560 hours within the past 3 years in NOC level C. You can count the hours in both part-time and full-time jobs. The jobs have to be in one occupation but can be with different employers. The work experience used for the Atlantic Intermediate Skilled Program should also be paid jobs, which means volunteering or unpaid internships do not count. These jobs can be inside or outside of Canada. Please do not count the hours of self-employed work. The education requirement for the Atlantic Intermediate Skilled Program is that you need to have a Canadian secondary or post-secondary certificate, diploma, or degree. Or you can have a foreign degree, diploma, or certificate equal to a Canadian credential. In that case, you will need an ECA report. You also need to take the language test in English or French. And again, the Atlantic Intermediate Skilled Program requires a CLB level 4 or higher. Again, you need to provide proof of funds to support yourself and your family. Last year, our province launched 2 new entrepreneur immigration categories. One is called International Graduate Entrepreneur Category. The other is called International Entrepreneur Category. This category helps international students and international entrepreneurs to immigrate to Newfoundland and Labrador through starting a business or purchasing an existing business. For the International Graduate Entrepreneur category, the eligibility requirements are You have to be at least 21 years old. You need to provide a business continuity plan with supporting financial documentation verified by a recognized third-party professional service. And you have completed a degree or diploma after at least 2 academic years of full-time in-person study at Memorial University or College of the North Atlantic, with the degree or diploma having been completed within 2 years of submission of your expression of interest. You have to have a valid post-graduation work permit. You may want to live permanently in Newfoundland and Labrador while owning and actively managing a local business that has the potential to create significant economic benefit to Newfoundland and Labrador. You need to have at least 1 year's continuous experience actively managing and owning the current business, which is 33% minimum ownership. You also need to demonstrate the ability to create at least one full-time equivalent job for local population, which is permanent residents and Canadian citizens. Also, you need to demonstrate that the business is a for-profit entity with the primary purpose of earning profits through the sales of goods and/or services. You also need to take a language test and have a score of at least CLB 7 on the Canadian language benchmark in speaking, listening, reading, and writing in English or French. You need to complete an online expression of interest and also receive an invitation to apply from the Office of Immigration and Multiculturalism. Besides the above-mentioned eligibility criteria, there are additional criteria for international graduate entrepreneur category. If you are starting a new business, the additional criteria are: applicants must create a minimum of 1 full-time year-round equivalent employment opportunity for a Canadian citizen or permanent resident in Newfoundland and Labrador. This position must be over and above any position filled by the approved applicant. That is to say, jobs created for or filled by dependents or relatives of the applicant are not eligible. The position must be relevant and directly related to the applicant's business, and also the position must meet the prevailing provincial wage levels. If you, as an applicant, are purchasing an existing Newfoundland and Labrador business, then the business must have been in continuous operation by the same owner for the previous 5 years. You, as applicants, must provide evidence that reasonable efforts were taken to establish a fair market value for the business. Also, the business must be actively in operation and not in receivership. The applicants must offer employment on similar terms and conditions to existing staff, including maintaining existing wages and employment terms. On the provincial government website, some businesses are listed as ineligible for international graduate entrepreneur category. Some examples are businesses that are conducted remotely, which is from another Canadian jurisdiction or from another country. Property rental, investment, and leasing activities. Professional services or self-employed business operators requiring licensing or accreditation. Taxi companies, not-for-profit businesses, etc. The whole list is on the provincial government website listed here. The other entrepreneur category is called the International Entrepreneur category. The eligibility requirements include be 21 to 59 years old of age, provide a business plan with supporting financial documentation verified by a recognized third-party professional, have a minimum of Canadian high school diploma or equivalent foreign credentials verified by an ECA taken in the last 5 years prior to the date the EOI is submitted. Want to live permanently in Newfoundland and Labrador while owning and actively managing a local business that has the potential to create significant economic benefit to Newfoundland and Labrador. Another eligibility requirement is have at least 600,000 Canadian dollars in unencumbered net business and personal assets that can readily be transferred to Canada. Also, the applicant should be able to invest at least 200,000 Canadian dollars of their own money to establish a business in Newfoundland and Labrador, with a minimum ownership of 33.3% or $1 million in equity investment. The applicant should demonstrate ability to create at least one full-time equivalent job for local population, which is permanent residents and Canadian citizens. The applicant should be able to demonstrate that the business is a for-profit entity with the primary purpose of earning profits through the sales of goods and/or services. The applicant should have at least 2 years' experience actively managing and owning a business, 25% minimum ownership in the last 5 years, or have 5 or more years experience in a senior business management role in the last 10 years. The applicant should take a language test and achieve a CLB Level 5 in speaking, listening, reading, and writing in English or French. Also, they need to complete an online expression of interest and receive an invitation to apply from the Office of Immigration and Multiculturalism. For this category, there are also additional criteria whether the applicant wants to start a new business or if they want to purchase an existing business. There are also ineligible businesses for this category. All of this information is listed on the government website listed below. Another immigration pathway for international entrepreneurs is the startup visa through Genesis Center. Genesis Center exists to help building amazing companies. It is an innovation hub that has programming to support startups from the ideation stage all the way to scaling their businesses. Genesis Center works with technology entrepreneurs and companies. The Genesis Center offers an evolution program, which is an accelerator program. It is for every very early stage tech startups or entrepreneurs who have an idea. Evolution is an 8-week workshop designed to help identify markets and validate the ideas. Genesis Enterprise is an incubator program. It is designed to help technology startups in growing their business. Companies can stay up to 3 years developing their technology and building their businesses. Startups accepted to this program have access to a wide range of resources and programs. For example, they get working space alongside other entrepreneurs and an in-house support team, access to programming and mentorship, and access to marketing, finance, and management resources, among other things, to help them succeed. The Startup Visa is a program that aims to bring high potential and skilled immigrant entrepreneurs and their families to Canada to build businesses that create jobs, are innovative, and can compete on a global scale. Startup Visa aids Genesis and the province in attracting and supporting high-growth potential technology companies and in providing support for existing international entrepreneurs to remain in the province. For example, if an international student starts a technology company and is accepted into Genesis Enterprise, they can apply for their PR through Startup Visa. This program also allows Genesis to accept technology companies from outside of Canada. Genesis is a designated organization for the Startup Visa program, and it is the only one in the province of Newfoundland and Labrador. In order for a company to apply for the Startup Visa program, immigrant founders have to be selected by a designated organization, which are business groups that have been approved to invest in or support possible startups. In order to be selected, startups have to meet a number of requirements from the federal government and Genesis Center. In order to be eligible and apply for permanent residence through the startup program, an entrepreneur must prove their business is supported by a designated organization, which is Genesis Center in Newfoundland. If a company is accepted to Enterprise, Genesis will provide a letter of support to entrepreneurs who wish to apply for permanent residence through Startup Visa program. Also, the applicant has to meet the language requirement, which is the minimum level of the Canadian Language Benchmark CLB 5. The business also need to meet ownership requirements, which is each applicant holds 10% or more of the company, and all applicants must jointly hold more than 50%. If there is one applicant, they must hold 50%. If more than one owner is applying, they must each hold at least 10% and at least 50% jointly. The applicants need also prove that they have a sufficient settlement fund. Besides meeting the federal requirements, the business also needs to meet Genesis requirement, including completing pre-approved programming, which is an accelerator like Mars E101, Genesis Evolution, or something equivalent. The business must be a technological company with an innovative product with high growth potential and minimum viable product and traction. The applicants should be willing to live and work in Newfoundland, and also they should be accepted into Genesis Enterprise. Another immigration category for your consideration is the express entry skilled worker category. This category is very straightforward. The applicants should be accepted in the IRCC express entry pool. They must have a high-skilled job or job offer from a Newfoundland and Labrador employer based on the National Occupational Code. They should intend to reside permanently in Newfoundland and Labrador. They should score a minimum of 67 out of 100 on the PMP point assessment grid. They need to have a valid IRCC work permit. They need to have sufficient funds and take a language test. More details of this category is in the link provided below. The last category we're going to talk about today is the PMP skilled worker category. This category is for international workers and prospective immigrants who have skills that are beneficial to the labor market. Eligible applicants are required to have a guaranteed offer of employment from a local employer or be currently working in the province on a valid work permit. Employers must also demonstrate a need for the applicant's skill set. The eligibility requirements also include a full-time job or job offer. The job or job offer should be at least 2 years with the possibility of extension from an eligible Newfoundland and Labrador employer. Pay should be in the form of a salary and benefits package that meets provincial employment standards and prevailing wage rates. The applicants should have the qualifications, training, skills, and/or accreditation required for the job. Applicants should be between 21 to 59 years old. They should hold an IRCC work permit with at least 4 months remaining at the time of application, or are entitled to apply for one. The applicants should demonstrate the intention and ability to settle permanently in Newfoundland and Labrador. They should have sufficient settlement funds and financial resources to successfully establish themselves and their dependents in Newfoundland and Labrador. They should demonstrate their English or French language capability to perform the employment duties. Note that occupations classified in NOC code C or D will have to meet the minimum language requirements. More detailed information of this category is listed on this slide. In the presentation, we talked a little bit about the immigration options for international students. Some of them may suit you better while others may not. For more detailed information, please visit the provincial government website and read the Guide to Immigration in NL. More information about the startup visa through Genesis Center is listed here as well. Thank you.
That was a lot of great information on the pathways to permanent residency here in Newfoundland and Labrador. If you're looking for more information along the line, stay tuned because our next presentation is with a retention coordinator on the Study and Stay program here for Atlantic Canada.
Hello everyone. It is my pleasure to bring to you the story of Atlantic Canada Study and Stay Newfoundland and Labrador program. My name is Ying Zhang. I'm the retention coordinator of the program based in St. John's area. I would like to introduce you to two of my other colleagues. Miss Linda Spingle, she is the retention coordinator responsible for Central, West Coast, and Labrador area. And Mr. Ruben Chavez, he is the recruitment coordinator. So what is Atlantic Canada Study and Stay NL program? Our program provides employment, entrepreneurship, and immigration support to international students. If you are an international student in or entering your final year of study, and if you're interested in staying in Newfoundland and Labrador after graduation, especially if you are interested in starting your own business after graduation, this program is for you. Our program teaches professional skills for the workplace and essential entrepreneurial skills and competencies that are required to start a successful business. It is completely free. It is an online program for selected students who are chosen by a committee through a competitive application process. One feature of the Atlantic Canada Study and Stay program is that there are 6 pillars of the program. First of all, the pillar is cultural and social adaptation, where we provide support on workplace culture, intercultural competencies workshop, etc., helping international students to know how to succeed in the Canadian workplace. Besides, we also provide career and labor market information and support. Each participant of the program has access to the career strategist who will guide you through interview preparation, resume and cover letters, job search, labor market information, etc. Participants can book one-on-one appointment with the career strategist. Besides, we will provide career workshops and webinars on how to do resume and cover letter writing, personal branding, networking skills, career panel discussion, etc. The third pillar is access to immigration resources and support. I am a licensed immigration consultant and I'll provide immigration support through workshops and advising to each participant, including temporary residency category such as your study permit, work permit, postgrad work permit, entry visa, ETA, etc., Besides, I'll also provide advising and consultation on permanent residency pathways. We will work together with the government to provide information on your permanent residency programs, helping you to stay in Newfoundland and Labrador after graduation. Another important pillar of the program is professional communication. As you may know, great communication skills will help you get hired, land promotions, and be a success throughout your career. We provide support on professional communication, including verbal and nonverbal communication, such as body language, personal distance, etc. Next pillar is networking and professional connections. Throughout the program, we're going to provide a lot of networking opportunities and events that you're going to participate. Besides, we're working with St. John's Board of Trade program called Connectors Program to help each participant gain more contact people in the industry. Last but not least, there is entrepreneurship training and mentorship pillar. This program is designed to provide entrepreneurship support for students interested in establishing your own businesses or purchasing existing businesses. For that purpose, there will be 8 online workshops to provide training on the essential skills as an entrepreneur. Another feature of this program is that each participant will be matched with a mentor who will help you with career planning, job search, building contacts, building entrepreneurship skills, etc. So what does this program focus on? We focus on developing an understanding for you of the entrepreneurship ecosystem of the province. We hope you acquire new skills such as problem solving, lean startup methodology, sales, marketing, and financial planning skills. We hope that you can nurture connections with local entrepreneurs and mentors, developing your social networks, and build intercultural awarenesses. We focus on your understanding funding resources and the full scope of the entrepreneurship ecosystem. We hope you learn about the International Graduate Entrepreneur category of the Newfoundland and Labrador Provincial Nominee Program. We focus on gaining an understanding of your entrepreneurship potential through assessment and self-reflection. Hopefully, we hope that you will compete for specifically targeted startup seed funding. The Atlantic Canada Study and Stay NL program is for final year international students. It's for those students who are interested in staying in Newfoundland and Labrador after graduation. Especially it is for those international students who are interested in establishing your own businesses or purchasing an existing business after graduation. You can come from any faculty with any background. Atlantic Canada Study and Stay NL program is an online program. It covers topics related to the support in entrepreneurship, employment, and immigration. You will have access to videos, articles, panel discussions, webinars, and other resources. Basically, it requires a commitment of 4 to 6 hours per month. Entrepreneurship is a very important component of this program. Here is an overview of the 8 workshops that we provide online. Through these, you can learn basic and essential business skills as an entrepreneur. We will also work with provincial government and other partners on essential support such as incorporating your business, intellectual property protection, income tax for small businesses and self-employed people, how to pitch your business idea to get funding, etc. Here are some of the examples of the professional skills development component through which we provide employment support. We will provide workshops and webinars on how to write a resume and cover letter to land a job interview, how to achieve success in your interview to land a job offer, how to do networking, how to manage your mentorship to get the most out of it, communication in professional world, introduction to professional branding, how to do a personal pitch, how to establish a successful online profile, etc. Throughout the program, you have access to mentors and career strategists who will provide you with new ideas and new ways of thinking, who will provide advice on how to develop your strengths and how to overcome your weaknesses. You will have one-on-one professional development guidance from all these excellent people. Atlantic Canada Study and Stay NL program has 3 important milestones, which are the retreat, student conference, and graduation ceremony. The retreat and student conference are 2 mandatory events completely funded by the program, through which you will possibly have the opportunity to see different parts of Newfoundland and Labrador. You will be networking with entrepreneurs, mentors, industry experts, and government officials. The retreat and conference also provide opportunities for you to have workshops and webinars on immigration, entrepreneurship, and other important topics on the professional development. One important highlight of Atlantic Canada Study and Stay NL program is the seed funding competition. There will be 5 prizes of $5,000 each. Students of this program can participate in this competition by submitting a feasible business plan and doing a live pitch. You can use your own startup business or purchase an existing business to enter this competition. One condition of entering this competition is that you need to complete the Atlantic Canada Study and Stay program. These are some of the seed funding competition winners in year 2019. And these are the seed funding competition winners in year 2020. Partners of Atlantic Canada Study and Stay NL program include International Education Newfoundland and Labrador, Memorial University of Newfoundland, College of the North Atlantic, Edunova, On Point, Government of Newfoundland and Labrador, and Atlantic Canada Opportunities Agency. For more detailed information of the program, as well as how to register and apply, please visit our website, www.atlanticcanadastudyandstay.com. And the 3 of us will be here to answer your questions. The deadline of application is September 20th, 2020, so please apply now. Thank you. We look forward to receiving your applications and starting this exciting journey with you.
Hi, my name is Farhana Akhtar. I'm a student of Atlantic Canada Study and Stay NL Program 2019-2020 session. This program actually helped me to connect with the local employers, which gave me a clear idea about local job market and job search. Also, with the help of this program, I have a clear idea about Atlantic immigration program now. As I was assigned with a mentor, she helped me to connect with other people. In general, it was very challenging for me. So I would really like to thank you for helping me to get through this. Also, all the coordinators and everyone who is connected to this program. Thank you all for all the help, and I wish you all the best in the future. Thank you.
This is me. I am so glad that I am one of the winners of the seed funding competition. Around 8 months ago, I took part in the first workshop of the Atlantic Canada Study and Stay program. And these days, we are at the end of the program. The program gave me the opportunity to learn what I needed to build my company. The company is registered and incorporated now. In the company, we give services in mineral explorations by reconstructing subsurface from geophysical data. All of this happened because of the help of the program, and I am grateful for it.
Hi, my name is Alex Gibson, and I'm a mentor to Newfoundland's Study and Stay program. Ying contacted me about the Study and Stay program, and initially I was intrigued as I hadn't heard this initiative before. It sounded like a really smart, inclusive idea, and as an HR professional, that's something that really got me thinking and really got me going, as I thought it could be a great way for new Canadians to better themselves in terms of advancing their entrepreneurial skills. I was partnered with Abdel as my mentee, who is a very smart, capable, eager engineer that wanted to improve the province through his end-of-life tire disposal idea. A very green, very practical, and very positive business solution. We met in person initially, and then subsequent meetings we met either in person again, by phone, via video, or simply by email. And this happened over several months to hone his business proposal that he was putting together. I provided helpful advice and alternative ways of thinking along the way, but in large part, I was just guiding a passenger on the wings of Abdel's passion, is really what I really will say. I got a lot out of this program, as it was something I look forward to every week to lend my creative hand in solving complex business issues, whether it be finance, accounting, marketing, human resources, or just in general, business problems that came up. My mentee and I forged a great relationship, and I only hope for his continued success as he graduates from this program.
What a great presentation on the Study and Stay program. I know there's been a lot of information so far today, so please remember that all these presentations will be available to watch back again later on this afternoon. Up next, we have a presentation from the YMCA of Newfoundland and Labrador, all about on their newcomer services and everything else they have to offer.
Welcome to the YMCA of Newfoundland and Labrador. In this quick session, we will overview some of the programs that the Employment, Enterprise, and Newcomer Services area have to offer. Nationally, the YMCA in Canada has been serving our country since 1851. The mission of the YMCA in Canada is dedicated to the growth of all persons in spirit, mind, and body, to their sense of responsibility to each other and to the global community. Our core values are caring, respect, honesty, responsibility, and inclusiveness. The YMCA has been active in our province, Newfoundland and Labrador, since 1854. Across Canada, the YMCAs are more than just a gym. We have so much more to offer. The YMCAs address social determinants of health, create a sense of belonging, and build healthy communities. The YMCA, we help address pressing social issues such as social isolation, chronic disease, unemployment, poverty, and inequality. Also, all the YMCAs are registered charities, so all money that the YMCA raises, it does go back out into the community. Our people, places, and programs build healthier communities through the power of belonging. Across the country and provincially, the YMCA helps. The YMCA offers high-quality social infrastructure that is dedicated to the health and well-being of individuals and families. We help individuals and families go beyond the physical to support social, emotional, and mental health, because health is so much more than just the absence of illness. The YMCA is welcoming, it is accessible, and it is inclusive. It's open to all, and we offer financial assistance available for people who are in need. The YMCA of Newfoundland and Labrador is growing its services to include supports for newcomers, including international students, which we will talk a little bit more about in just a couple of minutes. I'm going to take this time to overview some of our employment, enterprise, and newcomer services programs. This is a service area that is thriving and growing. First, we'll start with Y Digital, a digital literacy exchange program. Y Digital is a national program locally serving our most vulnerable populations. This program started at the YMCA of Newfoundland and Labrador in March of 2019. It's offered across Canada in some of our major cities such as Edmonton, Toronto, Calgary, Vancouver, and St. John's. The YMCA of Newfoundland and Labrador offers free workshops and sessions to increase one's comfort level with current technology, internet, and the digital world. And we have a seat for you. Some topics that you could expect to see would be how to use Gmail, how to use Zoom, how to operate online banking, how to stay safe online dating safety, and more. There's over 34 different workshops and sessions that can be offered. If you're interested in taking part in this program, or maybe you would like to volunteer, you can get in contact with Stephanie Bartlett, the program coordinator of this program. Her phone number is 709-683-1312, and her email is stephanie.bartlett@nl.ymca.ca. The next program that we will overview is the Business Planning Program. This program has customized entrepreneurial guidance. The YMCA's Business Planning Program is committed to supporting all entrepreneurs as they engage in a business plan development to improve their entrepreneurial literacy. This program is designed to help with the ideation, business planning, resource allocation, networking, training, and professional development. Entrepreneurs can expect to receive access to one-on-one personal guidance through the business planning process from the program's business consultant, Ted Cadigan. Access to written and digital resources. Resources are customized to fit the needs of the client in collaboration with the business consultant. And you can also expect to get access to training and networking sessions facilitated by industry professionals based on what clients would like to learn. If this program sounds like something that you or someone you know could be interested in, you can get in contact with Ted Cadigan, the business planning consultant. 709-765-3404, ted.cadigan@nl.ymca.ca. The next program that I'm going to overview is the Media Mentors Program, and this program has grown significantly since it started in May of 2019. Media Mentors operates on the Avalon Peninsula, the Burin Peninsula, and most recently in the Labrador region. The YMCA Media Mentors Program is focused on connecting youth to seniors through a 120-hour service learning curriculum. This program is available in the Avalon region, Burin, and Labrador region. Why you would want to participate: to improve technology skills, help the community, get volunteer hours for any courses, improve communication skills, and you'll receive a certificate upon completion, which includes standard first aid, 120 career hours, and more. If you want to get in contact with a program coordinator, you can contact Lisa Hunt for the Avalon region, Kim Potter for the Burin Peninsula, and Lisa Shepard for Labrador. The next program we're going to overview is Create Your Own Change. This program is ran by Roger Scaplin. It's a program specifically for international post-secondary students and temporary foreign workers in the province. Participants develop group projects to create positive changes in their communities. It is a very rewarding program to take part in. I know this firsthand. Groups will identify an issue, challenge, or problem in the community and then develop and deliver a project or initiative to help address it. It's really wonderful to see these projects come to life and for students to get out there and help their communities. If you want to get in contact with Roger, his phone number is 697-4443, or you can email roger.scaplin@nl.ymca.ca. Another national program that the YMCA of Newfoundland and Labrador has to offer is what we call YCAN, the YMCA Community Action Network. This program is kind of similar to the one we previously spoke about, Create Your Own Change. The YCAN program is designed to help youth ages 15 to 30. They create an actionable change in their communities. Through a guided curriculum, participants learn how to identify needs in their communities. Then they create a project to address those needs and then successfully run the projects, learning that they do have the ability to enact change. They're looking for support right now. Kate Fradsham, the program coordinator, is always looking for groups to work with to help develop and deliver these projects that address needs locally. If you want to get in contact with Kate, her phone number is 709-631-2400, and her email is kate.fradsham@nl.ymca.ca. This last program that we're going to overview right now is the Youth Employment and Skills Strategy, also known as YES. This is our newest program. YES builds programming delivered under the previous Youth Employment Strategy, the modernized strategy, which is delivered by 8 departments and agencies across Canada, aims to provide more flexible employment services and enhanced supports to all young Canadians. This program aims to help youth develop the skills and gain the experience that they need to successfully transition into the labor market. This modernized strategy will embrace a flexible approach with services tailored to each individual, broadening eligibility, and a wider range of programs offered to help young people gain the skills, abilities, and experience that they need to get a good quality job. This is our newest program, and we're so excited about it. If you would like more information specifically on this program, you can contact Christina Murphy at 709-277-2986. Lastly, right now, the Health, Fitness, and Aquatic Center at the YMCA of Newfoundland and Labrador is offering a 4-month semester pass for students. So students, you need to be over the age of 17. You can purchase a one-time semester pass for $130 plus taxes, and you get access to our gym right up until this semester ends. It's a beautiful facility. We have lots of programming, as you know. We have a beautiful conditioning center. We also offer lots of classes. We have a full pool, hot tub. The place is wonderful, and we really recommend and encourage people to come check it out. Even if you'd like to get a day pass and try it out, come try. Thank you so much for participating in this virtual session for the YMCA of Newfoundland and Labrador. If you have any other questions and inquiries, you can visit ymcanl.com. If you visit our website, you will also get all of our contact information that was on the screen earlier, but you could have missed. So you can visit ymcanl.com to take a better look and to get more information on the program that you're interested in.
Thank you so much for tuning into our live stream today and learning all about what College of North Atlantic has to offer for our international students. We know it was a lot of information, so please remember you can always call the International Student Services Office or your local SDO or guidance counselor for more information. Remember, tune in tonight for our virtual paint night at 7 p.m. Newfoundland time, 6:30 in Labrador. We hope to see you there. Have a great day.